Don't be afraid, and that's easier said than done, but if you want to move from one state to another state, you cannot be scared.
Oh, she the Coca, I'm addicted. And she got that fire fiend. I'm all on it, but she bad. Rub her hair down to her ass. Call her phone. Would you die? Would you slide for me? Just ride for me like Rover. Life is song. We could dance forever. Let me pull you closer. Girl, I told you. Once I get my hands on.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey girl, my name is Coca, Lola, Jasziy, whatever you want to call me. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a like and comment. And make sure you turn your post notifications on so you can see when I'm posting. And when I say, like, I'm just gonna wait a little while so y'all can press the like button. Did you press it? Okay, good. And then I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds so you can press the subscribe button too. I'm gonna give y'all a little while longer to do that. Did you do it? Okay, good. So, are you unhappy in your current situation? Are you unhappy in your current city? Are you tired of doing the same thing over and over with not seeing any different results? Are you tired of living at home with your parents? Or do you just want to change it up? Or are you like me, having like a midlife crisis and you just want to go somewhere new? If any of those apply to you, then keep watching this video, because I'm gonna drop the little tea about how I moved to a new city alone, broke, and yeah. So I'm gonna tell y'all how I moved to a new city alone, because I was just tired of being where I was at and I just needed a change, and I was just so unhappy where I was at and I just didn't want to be there anymore. So I left. I just got up and left spontaneously. I just got up and I left. Well, not so spontaneously. My lease was up, so it was like, where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? And I knew that if I stayed where I was at and I signed another lease somewhere, that I would be stuck there for another year. Just thinking in the back of my mind, like, what would have happened if I would have left? Like, what would have happened if I actually went somewhere else? Do I want to stay here and be unhappy, or do I want to go find somewhere else that I would love to be? So what I did was I just left. Y'all know I moved from Arizona to Texas. I moved from Arizona to Texas. And these tips can apply for anywhere you want to move to. It doesn't have to be Texas. But I personally moved to Houston, Texas from Arizona. So the first thing that I did was decided where I want to live. I had a few different options of where I wanted to live. It was either Florida, Georgia, or Texas. So Florida, I decided not to move to Florida because I feel like I don't really want to be in Florida unless I'm like rich, because I want to live in a really nice area. I want to live in a really nice neighborhood, and I want to have a lot of money just in case, you know, something happened. And so I'm not rich right now, so, and they got marked off the list. The second place was Georgia. Now, before the panoramic hit, I wanted to move to Atlanta, but during the panoramic, Atlanta was getting wild. Like, Atlanta turned like extremely, Atlanta was already ghetto, but it turned extremely ghetto during the pandemic. And I was like, that's off the list. So then we had Texas left, and I knew I didn't want to live in Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, none of those lame little cities. I wanted to live in the big city. I wanted to live where stuff is happening, somewhere that's not so expensive but still nice. The second tip will be, don't be afraid. And that's easier said than done, but if you want to move from one state to another state, you cannot be scared. You have to put on your big girl pants, big boy pants, and you just have to get up and you just have to do it. You cannot be afraid. You cannot be scared. You got to get rid of all that fear. And for years, fear was my biggest thing, because in Arizona I was completely comfortable. I had reset my whole life and I was comfortable. My family was there. I was making a lot of money there, but I still didn't want to be there. So I was afraid to get up and go, because I knew that I would be leaving behind like stability. Like, I was stable in Arizona. I had everything in Arizona. I had 2 reasons why I didn't want to leave Arizona, and one was my family, and 2 was just stability. But I knew that I just didn't want to be there, so I just told myself, hey, have faith. just leave. So I just told myself, like, you can be stable somewhere else. You can build your life up somewhere else. You can start over. You can do it by yourself. So you have to get rid of fear. If you really want to move by yourself, alone, you have to get rid of all that fear. And with that being said, I don't pressure people into believing certain things, but you have to believe in something. You don't have to, I'm not telling nobody like you have to believe in the Bible or go to church or nothing like that, but believe in something. Believe that you have to have faith in something. Like, if you don't have any faith in anything, it's going to be hard for you to get rid of fear. So if you don't have faith in nothing, have faith in yourself at least. Okay, now my second tip would be to get rid of everything. I know it's hard, and especially for me, because I'm like low-key borderline a hoarder. I got rid of so much stuff and I still have so much stuff left that I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? But if you're moving from here to here, then I suggest you get rid of all your stuff, because it's going to cost, depending on where you're moving from, it's going to cost a bag to move your stuff from one state to another. So you might as well just get rid of all that stuff. You might as well just get rid of it. New place, new beginnings, new things. Get rid of all that stuff. Unless you're moving like from a city to another city close by, just get rid of all that stuff. Okay, number 3, third tip. If you do not have a job and if you do not have a job lined up in the city that you want to move to, and you make impulsive decisions like me, then you might want to like research staffing agencies. You might want to research staffing agencies, because if you do not have a job, because you make bad decisions in life and you just want to up and move without having a job lined up like me, then you may want to reach out to some staffing agencies who can get you a job. Trust me. Number 4, my next tip would be to find an apartment locator. Especially if you're moving from a different state, you don't know where apartments, like, you don't know what side of town is a good side. You don't know, like, you really don't know anything. So it'd be best for you to just find an apartment locator. And if you are looking for an apartment locator, I can help you locate an apartment, you know. So just hit me up, hit that link in that bio, and I can hook you up. And also, if you don't want to go through an apartment locator, then you can find apartments that have specials, like move-in specials, like 4 weeks free, you know, 2 months free, waive application fee, something like that. This apartment that I moved into, they waived my application fee and they gave me 4 weeks free. So that is a whole month of free rent. I don't have to pay my rent. I didn't have to pay to even move into here. I just had to pay my deposit, and my deposit was really low. So yeah, make sure you looking up apartment rent specials, move-in specials, because those are gonna come in handy, especially if you're moving broke. If you're broke and you're moving, you're trying to move, you don't want them 1 month or 2 months free, because then you can kind of get yourself on your feet. So make sure you look up them rent specials. Don't try to move into somewhere that's like $1,600 a month and you think and you're broke and you're about to pay $1,600 a month. You're gonna be evicted by next month. So yeah. Number 5, use social media to your advantage, like Facebook groups, Instagram, mainly just Facebook groups, because I've joined, like, I got on Facebook and I typed in Houston, moving to Houston, boom, 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 and then guess what? I joined all those groups. Join. Boom. We're in all the groups now. Now we're meeting people. Now we're mingling. Now we're talking. Now we're making friends. Because if you're somewhere alone, finding someone, like, we all need someone. I know we want to think that we can do everything by ourselves and alone, which we can do a lot of things by ourselves and alone, but we all need someone. So get into them groups, find some people to talk to. And me personally, I have social anxiety. I'm pretty shy. I don't really like talking to people. I don't like just throwing myself out there. But when I'm here by myself with my daughter, I am a single mom, so I'm like, we have to make some friends out here. We gotta do what it do. So ain't no time to be scared, shy, or whatever. Get out here, make you some friends. Join them groups, talk to some people, go to brunch, link up, do something. But be careful, be very, very careful, because some people can be weird, some people can be creeps on the internet. So just be careful. Since you are trying to just impulsively move somewhere, you don't really have any time to plan. So when you get to where you're going, then you can get out you a little planner, a notebook, and then write down your goals, what you want to get out of the situation. Basically, when I moved here, I didn't make any plans at all. I just literally jumped in my car and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. Like, I'm not even playing with Arizona no more. I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I don't want to be there. I'm out of there. But now that I am here, I got my little journal out. This journal is getting full. Okay, y'all, and the quality just changed because my camera went dead and I had switched to my phone, so now it kind of looks bad. I'm sorry about that. But what was I saying? Oh, basically, without planning anything to move, when I got here is when I started doing my planning, like what I wanted, like basically what I wanted out of this situation, what I wanted to do, and yeah. Okay, so the next thing is, I think this is number 6, is to have some sort of type of money coming in or something. Now, the title of this video is kind of misleading. I'm sorry, but basically, I have multiple different incomes, so that's where my money is coming from. I'm not just here broke, but like technically, you know, I'm not really out here broke, but I didn't have buku money saved up. So, yeah, have some sort of type of something. Something, because if you have nothing, it's going to be really, really hard to, 0 plus 0 is 0. So it's going to be hard to put 0 plus 0 and come out with something. So make sure you have a little bit of something, okay? Number 7, research. Do your research. Research these neighborhoods. Make sure you're not moving into the ghetto. You know, if you want to move into the ghetto, that's fine, that's you. But if you don't want to, make sure you're researching all your areas. Make sure, you know, you in a place that you really want to be, because it's nothing worse than moving out the ghetto into the ghetto. Like, you thought you got out the ghetto, you thought you made it out, but you're back in the ghetto. So make sure you research. Make sure you do your research thoroughly, okay? If you have to, swing by there at night, swing by there in the morning, midday. You know, make sure you checking out that neighborhood so you are where you want to be. Okay, so the next tip is gonna be kind of like the one before. You really have to mingle. Like, when you're alone, like by yourself, you literally have to mingle. You have to talk to people. You have to get to know people. Strangers are your friends now at this point. You have to get to know them. You have to, because, or you don't. You know what? Or you don't. You can be out here alone. I really highly don't recommend it. I mean, I think you really have to be super social, like in a new city where you're by yourself, because you really want to meet people. You really want to make friends. You really do not want to be out here alone, like by yourself. Nah. Meet somebody. You have to like meet someone, be social, get out. You can go to bars alone, like you can make friends like that. Go to places alone, but leave with friends, okay? Meet people. Do not be scared to talk to people. Mingle. Strangers are your friends. Okay, and I think that's all the tips that I have. But another thing that I want to add is if you really, really, really move somewhere and you don't have any money, you don't have any family or friends or anybody or anything, dial 211. 211 will get you connected to all the resources that you will possibly need. Like, they will help. Like, just call 211. You know, I'm not even going to sit here and tell y'all everything that they're going to do for you. But if you really, really seriously need help and you're struggling and you can't figure it out, call 211. And really, last but not least, my last thing that I'm going to tell y'all is start a YouTube channel and vlog your adventures. If you started from the bottom and you came up, vlog that. So we want to see that. Start documenting your life right now. We want to see you go up. We want to see that. Well, at least I know I want to see that. So don't be afraid of where you are right now, because that's not where you're always going to be. And don't be afraid to get up and move, because years from now you'll be thinking like, if I would have just moved to Houston, maybe my life would be better. If I would have just moved to, you know, Georgia, maybe my life would be better. If I would have just moved to Arizona, maybe my life would be this and that. You don't want to have those what ifs. So just do it. Especially, we're young. At least I'm young. I just turned 27. So it's like, I don't have time for like what ifs. I don't live like that. I live for, if I'm tired of something, I'm going to find something else to do. If I don't want to be somewhere, I'm going to leave. If I want to be somewhere, I'm going to go. I don't want to be held back by nothing. I don't want to be thinking, what if? I don't want to be no boring old lady when you get old and you don't have no stories to tell your kids. Well, yeah, I stayed in the same town for 97 years. I didn't do nothing with my life. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't meet nobody. I didn't do nothing. That's boring. I need stories to tell my children, my grandchildren. So good luck on y'all move. Thank y'all so much for watching. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much.